Hello, my mathematicians. Today we're looking at Module 3, Lesson 3, which is all about adjusting the quotients. So hopefully by the end of this lesson, you'll be able to adjust a digit in a whole number quotient based on whether an estimate is too low or too high. So in this problem, it says a ship with scientific equipment is mapping the ocean floor. The equipment can scan 24 square kilometers of ocean floor each day. How many days will the ship take to scan 941 square kilometers? Use compatible numbers to estimate 941 divided by 24. Well, I'm going to make this easier on myself, and I'm going to use 1,000 divided by 25. And I know that 25 goes into 100 4 times, so it is going to go into 1,040 times. So then it says, use the first digit of your estimate as the first digit of your whole number quotient. Is your estimate too low, too high, or correct? So I'm going to say that it doesn't go into 9. Well, first of all, I'm going to rewrite the problem. So we're going to put it up here. 94. So it doesn't go into 9. And then it goes into 94 4 times. Well, 24 times 4, we get 16, and then we get 9. So it's 96. So if I put 96 here, I can't subtract this. 96 is higher than 94. So that means that my estimate is too high. So that means I can't use 4, but I can use 3. So we are going to divide. So we're 24, 941, 0, 3. Well, 24 times 3 with 3 times 4 is 12. 3 times 2 is 6 plus 1 is 7. So we get 72. I subtract, I get 22. So it says adjust the first tens based on your result. So I did, I got 3, and then divide how many tens are left. Well, 22 tens are left, and that is less than 24. So this is divide the ones, estimate the whole number quotient, and use the number. Is your estimate too low or too high? So they're saying if we bring this down, we have 1. They're saying that we should estimate our 221 divided by 24. That's close to 200 divided by 25, which would be 8. And if we do 24 times 8, we get 32. 8 times 2 is 16, plus 3 is 19. So we subtract. And we have to borrow. So we 11 minus 2 is 9. Then we have to borrow. And then we get 229. So that would mean that our estimate is too low. So that means I'm going to leave my work here so that way you can see why it's too low. But so if you go 2, 9, 941, 24. Now, if you're really doing this, you would just erase it, but I wanted you to see my work here. So we had the 3, 72, 22, bring down the 1. So it's 8's too low, so we're going to use 9. 24 times 9, 36, 18, 19, 20, 21. So we had 216. 11 minus 6 is 5. 1 minus 1 is 0. 2 minus 2 is 0. So just the second digit based on the result, then divide. Interpret the remainder to answer the question. Well, we get 941 divided by 24 as 39, remainder 5. It'll take the ship blank days to scan 941 square kilometers. Well, it's not, we don't take a partial day. Like if you spend any time on the next day, you count that day as it takes that many days. So that means it's going to take us 40 days to scan 941 square kilometers. Okay. This is a robot submarine is sent to collect fish deep underwater. The mission is to collect at least 2,150 fish. The submarine makes 35 trips and collects the same number of fish on each trip. How many fish does the submarine have to collect during each trip? Use compatible numbers to estimate 2,150 divided by 35. So I'm going to use 2,000 divided by 40. And 4 goes into 25 times, so 40 goes into 205 times, which means 40 goes into 2,050 times. So we're going to have a problem here. We're going to do 2,150 divided by 35. This says use the first digit of your estimate as the first digit of the whole number quotient. Is your estimate too low, too high, or correct? Well, so it doesn't go into the 2, it doesn't go into 21, and then we said to try 5. So 35 times 5, we get 25, 15, and 17. So we do 175, subtract 11 minus 7 is 4. So 5 is too low. So again, I'm going to rewrite the problem. Really, you can just erase, but so that you can see where I got the too low from, I'm going to leave that work. So if 5 is too low, we're going to then use 6. So we're going to do 60, or not 60. We're going to do 35 times 6. So we have 30, then 18, 21, so 2, 10. We subtract, we get 5. So there are 5 tens left over. Bring down our 0. So divide the ones, estimate the whole number quotient, use the correct number. Well, 40, 50. So we're going to say we can make it, I don't know. We can make it super simple and just do 35 divided by 35 equals 1. 135. So it is Correct. It's not too low, it's not too high. So we have 61, remainder 15. So it says the submarine has to collect blank fish on each of its trip. Well, we get 61. That they have to collect 61. With the remainder, there's 15 left over. But we need to make sure we have at least 2,150. We can get more than 2,150, and we want to get the same number of fish every time. But we can't have left over, so we're going to add 1, so then get 62 fish on each of its trip. So that is all for today's lesson. Hopefully you are now able to adjust a digit in a whole number quotient based on whether an estimate is too low or too high. Remember, in order to be a mathematician, in order to be a math person, all you have to do is be a person and do math.